hot photos of supermodel Karen Alexander, and looking at those photos, it's hard to imagine she's the mother of a 3.5-year-old baby girl. When you decided to have a baby, was that was a big career decision for you, wasn't it?
No, not
Was it?
No, I was, first of all, I was really shocked that I did as well as I did as a model anyway. So I felt I was ready for a baby, and that was a different career. I didn't think it was the end of my modeling or anything like that. I just felt, well, I can do a lot of things, and this is another one of the things I want to do. And I felt that if I didn't return to modeling, my ego was satisfied. You know, I had my covers, and I did a lot of exciting things. So it didn't really matter to me if I worked or not again.
Okay. That was more important. You made that decision.
I had to have a baby. I had to.
What does that mean? You have to have a baby.
Baby hunger.
That's right. Because you have to have a baby. You have to do it.
The ovaries start going, wow.
Let me have it.
Explain that. You have 4 boys.
I wanted to, yeah, I see them sitting here and I can't believe myself I got this far. You know?
We're going to introduce your kids in just a little bit. But tell me, what does that mean when somebody says, I have to have a baby?
Even with my first one, to have my first one, I was working in the business, and back in that age, it was in 1978, no one was having babies. I was the first, and my agency gave me a big party, a goodbye party to the business.
Oh.
And I was like, so I definitely thought I was out, but I wanted this baby so badly. And it was definitely worth it. And I took off 4 months. I worked 5 months full length without anybody knowing, to sneak it as far as I could to make enough money to pay for the baby.
5 months and nobody knew you were pregnant?
Right, no one knew I was pregnant with my first. So I got away with 5 months, and then I took off the 4 months and came back 3 months later, and people were hiring me, and they didn't realize I'd had a baby. I'd only taken 7 months off. So I was back, and it was a year later, and people, 2, 3 years later, sometimes after my second one, they were like, you have 2 children? I mean, I just, you know, snuck right by, and it was an accident almost to sneak by, but the clients didn't even know, and it was too late. I was already working again. You know?
Right. Let's show one of your commercials. This one, you might have seen this commercial. Take a look at this. This is Linda.
Is it natural? Or is it Claresse? Claresse gently colors each strand individually. Trust Claresse to make your hair beautiful, soft. I dare you to tell the difference. What do you think? Am I the natural? Did I use Claresse?
Classic commercial. So having the children, did you mind giving up a career? Did that hurt?
I didn't, and I was really happy when it continued. I just have to say that was Colette Blonigan, and she's another model who also has twins and is juggling twins. And I had 4 separate births, so you know, I think that's difficult.
4 separate births. How did you do it?
All natural, and yeah,
all natural. My goodness,
no drugs.
Let's show some of the other shots, like Kelly. Kelly has some wonderful shots too. Let's take a look at some of Kelly's shots in the biz. Now, Kelly, here you are on the cover of Vogue. Do you miss these days?
No. But I'm glad I, did it.
Yeah. Wow, the different looks. Was it a big deal to decide that, now is time for me to have a baby? I'm going to get out of this business. I'm going to give up the cover shots like this.
No. I moved to LA, and so my work gradually stopped. And it hadn't stopped at that point, but I was ready for a baby. I really was. I was 28, and I thought it was time. I was 27 when I was pregnant, but I had her at 28.
Yeah. Just before, when we were going into the pictures there, I noticed you grabbing your tummy there. Was the little guy moving?
Yeah, he moves all the time, yep.
Wow.
He's busy all the time. He's going to be one of those ones that is hard to keep when they start walking. I'm going to be in trouble.
You run after him. He's going to have legs of life, though.
Yeah.
You got to give him that. Let's take some look at some shots of you, Kim. And here is Kim Alexis.
Looking thinner.
Looking thinner. But is that tough for you? I mean, here you had this long career being thin and svelte. And does that bother you when you look back?
I just like to look at those pictures once in a while. It makes you feel better. It's like, oh, yeah, I can get back.
A little later, we're going to talk to you about some of the things or all of you, about some of the things that you do to stay fit, because I would never know you guys have all these 4 children. I would never believe that with you, Linda.
I work out every day.
You work out every day. I was going to say, it must be a large part of your regimen, because a lot of, when you go out in the public, people still know who you are. Do you find that we expect you to be beautiful all the time? What does the public put on you guys?
I think so.
Yeah.
Sometimes that expectation, I think, helps us maintain.
you know that you really can't slack off, so therefore it's a motivation to keep on working out. Some people need to find other things that motivate them to work out, but for us it's like people start saying, oh, she doesn't look so good.
I know. I mean, Kelly, is that a big part of the deal? I mean, you go out to dinner, somebody says, boy, you should have seen her wowing it down out there.
Well, hopefully I'm not chowing down like that, please. But yeah, I like to exercise, and I think a lot of, like I'll go out and if someone recognizes me, it's nice to know that you look halfway decent, you know, and that people, and when people say, oh, you look so nice, that it really makes me feel good. And it does make you want to exercise and keep fit and get your rest and all those things.
Yeah, it's almost like we have a responsibility to the public to maintain a certain image so that they can try and strive towards that.
Yeah, that's true. We're gonna have you talk about what you do to stay so beautiful, stay so fit, and we'd also like to meet some of your kids, some of the super kids of Supermoms when we come back.